Hey everybody, just getting in there to see if some people join in the room a little early and get signed up. So I always sign in anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes just to try to let people get into the room. This is the time you can ask me any questions that you want or any concerns. Yes, on Facebook you can support me by sending stars. Though I couldn't even tell you where they are or how to do them. Let me know if you're on. If you're on, type a hello. Just come on early, always, to allow people to get into the room with no problems. You have to say hello if you want to talk to me on here. I need to know who's there. So if you sign in, say hello. We have 9 minutes till we start talking. See, a couple people are signing in now. Great. Say hello so I know you're there. Say hello, I'll know you're there. You can ask some questions right now until we get started. Hey, how you doing, Tammy? I will give you a buzz after the show tonight so that we can have a little chit chat. I had a lot of things to do for school, so we can have a little chit chat. We can have a little chit chat when I'm finished this live, which is usually about an hour long. And Leslie's there. Hi from Aurora, yes. And Michael's there. So, hey, how you doing? So a lot of people showing up. Great. So tonight we're going to talk a lot about, when we get started, about dreams, out-of-body experiences, and trance work. And oh, my girl Friday's there. Great. I'm getting ready to got to get my phone set up for TikTok. I will be on tonight by myself because Magnie's not here to do my Google Meets. I hope that those of you who are going on the cruise next month are able to, that you got the email. I sent an email and I posted the letter for the cruise on Facebook so that everybody could see a little bit about the activities and learn a little bit about the cruise itself. I'm getting TikTok ready over here. Boop. Okay, cool. So all you know is hit the plus sign. Perfect. And so I'm having a really good time up here in Mississippi. I'm enjoying my work here and the people, and it's been quite an experience. The hardest thing is being away from Magnie, and that's been tough because it's harder for us to connect. And he's been working a lot. So we did just get back from New York. We went to New York on our anniversary. I took him to see Book of Mormon because I haven't seen it a bunch, but he was always working when I went. And He loved it. He was laughing so hard he was crying. So I know he had a great time, and we had a really great anniversary. So it was quite nice, our 16th anniversary. So that was a lot of fun. And we're all getting ready and excited to go on the cruise. I did post this letter about the cruise on Facebook. Misty Gaither is unable to join us, unfortunately, and it's for very good reasons. I totally get it. We want to send her some love and some help and some health. You know, she's doing really well. Well, thank you, Mike Lynn. Thank you. And she's doing really well. Just that she had taken off so much time, and that so it was kind of hard for her to rearrange and be able to take off work again after she just been off for 3 months. So that's why she, you know, she'll be with us in spirit, and we love her. So, hi, Jamie, my bestie. How are you? I miss y'all. I heard y'all went to the parade. I hope it was a beautiful day. I was driving back. Lots of things going on in the world, but tonight we're going to talk, again, like I said, about trance, out-of-body experiences and dreams. Are they connected? So we're going to talk about that. It was good, but it was hot. Yes, I did not miss the heat. I was driving up here back to work while y'all were at the parade. And then I had a lot of homework to do that night. I'm almost finished course 7. 4 more to go. Got 8, 9, 10, and 11 is the last one. So I'm more than halfway through. Hey, Kim. Glad you could join. So we're going to be going live in about 5 minutes. If you guys are on, if y'all have questions, yes, Stacy, I got on early to see because I didn't want to have any mess ups at the last minute. You're skipping KJ's this weekend? Probably me too, because I'm working all weekend and then I'm heading here. So are we going to do something different this weekend? Are we going out to the parish? Are we going to go do something? Are we just going to lay around? What are we doing, bestie? What are we doing? You're going to be missing the next 2 weekends, bestie, at KJ's, because the next weekend you're going to be in Atlanta. You're coming back our way for Monday. Just a couple announcements before I get started. I need to wait because we do have a gallery this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. It's on my website with Trini and I. We've sold some tickets to it. There's still a lot of seats. We're doing a group on Friday in Chalmette, and I think we're going to have a group in Marrero on Saturday during the day, and then Saturday evening is the gallery. It's been a rough week for a lot of people. I think there's got to be something going on in the stars. I'll have to ask Janice or have her back to say, what the hell's going on in the stars right now? People are having such a hard time. I totally understand that, Jamie. So yeah, we can hang out a little bit. It's like I said, I'm working most of the whole time I'm there. I might be free in the evenings, but that's also for me. It's a good casino night. The last weekend of the month is always usually pretty good. So anyway, before we get started, anybody have any questions for me? Hey, Jill. How are you? A lot of people have been telling me it's today. I don't know if I was just tired because it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and for me, work goes by really fast because I'm so busy at work. Like I got like 110 people under me, and so I'm constantly busy, and I'm hiring, and I'm doing a lot of HR stuff. So it's keeping me really, 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 really busy, and the days are flying by. There's just not enough time. But my week has been good. It has been. So I can't complain. It's just been busy. I had had a very big project due for school and that really took up like most of my weekend. And during the weekend, I'm still feeding. I got one more paper to write. It's a big one for the last part of this course, and I'm working on. I already started working on that tonight a little bit before I came on, and it's going good though. So far, I have all great grades. I'm not being a perfectionist as much, so if I don't get all A pluses and I get a few B's, I'm okay with that because it still equals an A at the end, you know. So it's like I'm not killing myself to in this particular course that I'm in right now. It's like, so it's a problem solving course for medical, and so you're supposed to make mistakes because the last paper is all about reevaluating your mistakes and doing plans to figure out how you can improve those mistakes. So that's why I was good. So so my week has been good. Like I said, I stay busy. Like there's not enough time in the day to do a lot of things. Give me 1 minute. I'll be 1 minute. We're gonna be going live. I got real busy tonight and forgot my clothes in the washer, so I'm gonna have to wash them again. Oh, ain't that terrible? Okay. Okay, we're going to Baton Rouge for a weekend. Sounds great. I could go to Baton Rouge. There's a casino there. It's a couple. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I am your host, Sid Patrick. And tonight we're going to talk about, hold on, I got to get on here. Tonight we're going to talk about our dreams. And, I got to get out of here. Discard. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get TikTok on. Anyway, welcome to Touchy Trade, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. We'll do that all over again. And now to the full scene. So tonight, episode is going to be a lot. We're going to talk about your dreams. So y'all got to get interactive. Okay. We're going to talk about dreams. We're going to talk about out-of-body experiences. We're going to talk a little bit about deja vus. We're going to talk about trance. And are they connected in some way? So we're going to have that conversation tonight. Oh, I will send some love to Tanya. One of my dear friends is having some surgery today, so we're going to send her some love, everybody. So I like to get that out there because believe me, it works. The sending love and energy does work. So anyway. So, is there a connection between dreams, out-of-body experiences, and trance? And the answer is yes. And so, how they are connected is through levels of consciousness. They're all different levels of consciousness, or in deeper levels of one of the conscious states. So, trance is when you get into deeper level of consciousness, and you begin to journey or sometimes speak or sometimes channel, what people call channeling. Out-of-body experiences when you're in a level of consciousness where you actually can see your body go through. We're going to talk about things on how to do these. Hey, Glenda, on how to do these things, or some exercises you can try at home to see if you can do them. And then, so that's out of body and trance. And then like deja vu. So a lot of people understand how I explain deja vu is you are living in multiple concurrent. This is just, and again, this is my belief. You can believe what you want, okay? But I'm giving you my belief that I do not believe in past lives because there's no time. And the other hand, time is a man-made concept. But there is, I think we live in multiple dimensions at one time. And when you see something or you've experienced something in one dimension and then you see it again, that's why you're having the deja vu. And it didn't dawn on me, and I think I talked to this once before, now we get into the dream side. It didn't dawn on me until I started having dreams, and I started having real life dreams, but the people were different, and had different places in my life in the in those dreams. So what I believe I was dreaming was concurrent lives, because they were things that made sense, but were different. And so I think that's a lot of where deja vu comes from. And Leslie says, my husband passed away 11/13/24. Someone comes up to me and says, so if it is your right, that is the male side of the body. Yes. Why would you be scared of the man you love? So no, you shouldn't be scared. Let the calm and please take over your heart. Just know that, that they're there with you. All your dead people are there with you. So, and that's what I want people to understand. So, too, is that in this, the consciousness that you were in contact with in this lifetime stay in contact with you even after physical death. If that was not true, then there would be no mediums. Because a medium, a true medium, a good medium, or a medium that has practice and understands the sense of sensing and understands using the clairs or senses to be able to communicate, they will be able to tell you things that you're not going to find anywhere else. And they will be able to give you validations of life beyond this. So they're connecting to the soul of the person. And like I've told y'all many times, this is everyday people. Mediums are not special. They're not great and grand and all those things. They're just people, just like you are. And you as well can do this type of work if you put the effort into it. If you learn to trust your senses. And that's a hard thing to teach, is trust. And I say a lot of that in my energetics course. And that is one course. It's actually one of my lowest price courses. And it is one of my most impactful courses. I can teach you a lot of things, but I can't teach you to trust. I can't help you. That comes from reflection on your part. That comes from you doing the work on you. You being able to let go and understand that what your responsibility was in that relationship that caused you not to trust. And unfortunately, sometimes it's not like a person that we're dating or someone that, we're in love with. Sometimes it's a parent or a sibling or a family member, And so I want you to understand that. Tap that screen, Jamie. I love you. And she's on TikTok. I want to hear. So, sometimes that person that you have to go in and understand, because if y'all remember from energetics talks that we've had, I don't believe in forgiveness. I believe in understanding. Because if you're going to always be a jerk, I'm being nice because I usually say the A word, but if you're always going to be a jerk, you're going to be a jerk. And so all I can do is understand why you are that way. Why are you that way? And I need to separate myself when you become negative around me. When you're positive or we're speaking positive, I can be there with you. It doesn't mean I dislike you. It just means that you have some insecurities that you've cultured or learned throughout time, and you've not been able to change that. But it should not have an effect on my peace. And so I got to say, since I've been living that way, my whole life has changed. The littlest things satisfy me now, and the littlest things I see beauty in, and the littlest things I see life in. And so I tell people all the time, try to let go of your anger, let go of your pettiness, let go of all that stuff. And I'm not saying we can't joke and have fun, and we do that. People do that all the time. But when it gets too negative, you have to separate from it. You have to walk away from it. And so that's part of protecting your peace. Now, and able to do this work, hey Zeta, in order to do this work, you have to get into that space, or you're truly not doing your clients or your friends or people you're working with any justice. Same thing with healing. That healer's energy is even though they're channeling another energy in, their energy's still there. And they're channeling another energy, in which we're going to get into when we talk about trance and trance healing. So you're getting the energy that they're transforming in. Like it could be like some people have different spirit guides that they use for healing and energy healing and all that stuff. And some, but you are not just getting that channeled energy, but you're also getting a piece of their energy in there. And if there's somebody that you don't vibe with, they can actually do more harm to you in a healing than help. That's why I say know your healer. Before you let a healer put hands on you, know them. Know that they vibe well with you. And it doesn't mean they don't have to be an angelic person or anything like that, but they got to be able to bring something to the table if they're going to heal you. And you have to understand that. There's a healer that I I brought to the center once a long time ago, and I'm not going to say any names, but I'll tell you some instances. But this healer was very sharp and very hard, and was angry really quick. So was this person really giving good energy to other people? Was she able to give that energy, that flow really quick? I try to find people to do energy work with me who come from their heart, who are very heartfelt people, who are people who, enjoy life, stay away from negativity. Those are the people that I would love to heal me. And I have two friends that are on here right now that I want them to hook together, because I want one of my friends to help the other one learn healing, because she too is a beautiful soul and a beautiful heart. Right now she's messing. Now I don't use the word, but right now she's dabbling in learning her connection to the spirit world and senses. But I also think she'd be a phenomenal healer because of the love that she has and the calmness that she has. And so I'm really hoping that she looks at that healing side of spirituality as well, because I think that would help her unfold even more so. So I wanted to say that and let you know that, that's all energetic work. So in consciousness, let's get back to the topic. In consciousness, it's that energy flow, and it's that level of consciousness that takes you down into the states that allow you to go into trance, that allow you to go into do out-of-body experiences, that allow you to even go into your dream states. And once you're able to let go of negativity, your dreams will become more pure. I've noticed that. My dreams now are more so about me and other places in a different dimension doing similar stuff. And I gotta say, I've been in the medical field in a couple of them. And I have been, I've been in a restaurant business in one. Like I actually go through, what's fascinating about it is that when you start connecting from the dreams, like how it relates to your current life, it's pretty wild. So you understand that each of these are just different segments of similar things. It's almost like that universe you see on Marvel. I think one of them must have been a very spiritual person who was writing for Marvel. But anyway, so it's kind of like that. It really is like when I dream now that I've let go a lot of the negativity around me and started being proud of me and loving me, I see a lot clearer when I dream. And my dreams, all the funkiness from the dreams have all the scariness and the frightful things have gone away. Now I'm not saying there's not thunderstorms in my dreams or lightning crashes, because they're there. Because there's weather everywhere. I've actually lived through a hurricane in in one of my dreams, and the battle was a little different. It was nothing like what happened with any of the big ones here, like Katrina or Ida or any of those. This really had a lot, or Camille. This had a lot to do, like a lot of little other twists to it, which was really interesting. When I woke up, thinking about, I'm like, wow, that was pretty neat. A levee broke, but it wasn't the same way. It wasn't the same levee. It was different. So anyway, learn to have fun with your dreams. The cleaner you go into your sleep, and I mean by not being negative that day or whatever, the more realistic, the more you will be able to relate to the dream. Like that could really happen. Like that's not something scary. Now, as far as trance states go, somebody just said something. Like Lynn says, I often dream I'm in a tornado with my nieces and with my nieces. So what that might be taking you to, if you're in a true another dimension, it just might be you in a maybe in a Midwestern town where they have a lot of tornadoes. You know, that tornado alley area, maybe that's where you lived one time. You know, and so you know that it's not always like great things, but they're not things to be afraid of. They're not things to be afraid of. And then again, you got to make sure, or did you go to sleep that night releasing all your negativity, letting it go? Because when you go to sleep with love on your heart, you will have those good, clean dreams. And it's hard for me when I say love, you know, love is something that's learned, and love is something that it's a learned experience. But it's that self-love. It's that love of it's that peace, that inner peace. If you can get that before you go to bed, that will help you with those dream states. Does anybody here have any questions about dreams? I know a lot of people normally do. If you do, I will do my best to answer them. If your dreams involve numbers, I can help you answer them too. So now would be the time for you to ask those questions if you have anything about dreams. So the dream state is a state of consciousness, but a lot of it is driven by, I believe, impulses to the brain, depending upon how the energy around you has been. So if you're in a chaotic home all the time and just no peace and no finding your peace, then your dreams will be chaotic. And you won't get those real dreams, those dreams of seeing things. So pay attention to that. Now let's talk about out of body. So I have one person that I work with currently on out of body, helping this person reach and achieve the goals of out of body experiences. He may or may not pop on tonight, but he took him a little while to get started in out of body, because you have to be able to let go and not be in control, and that's hard for a lot of people, because most people get nervous. And even in trance states, in order for you to get down in trance, you have to let go of control. You have to be able to get in consciousness, and you have to be semi-aware, or aware to an extent. Now in trance you will eventually go straight out. Okay, so what is Glenda say? I have a recurring dream that I've had. So you must have some connection there, or a childhood memory that brings you there. An example, Glenda, might be Glenda saying that, for those that are on TikTok, that, you know, she used to dream of people in the sky, but now she dreams of like figures and characters and even two fighter jets colliding, and nobody else can see them but her. But that might be your perception in the dream, that nobody else sees them but you. However, and it may be a reason they're telling you not to look at things a certain way. So you got to think about that. Always, always, always examine what you're getting. Also, I believe when I see that is, I don't think those are, you're not living in lives, but you're experiencing, I think there's something going on in your current life that it's trying to signal. Because remember, it's you seeing things that nobody else can see. So that's I think that's a big thing that I would reflect on when I'm reflecting on my dream. That's some place that I would go. And then why did it go from people to figures, or to objects versus people? So some of that might be about acceptance of something, or so I would look at it like that. But your dreams do talk a lot to you. So what is out of body? So out of body, somebody says I see and hear 11. So that's, and 911. So that's about relationships with your family. If you're seeing those numbers, that's what those numbers mean. and I just see myself pass away, and I feel peaceful. So and that might also be about escape, Michael. I know that too. So like escaping the drama, or escaping something from the family, like something that you need to get away from, unload, or remove yourself energetically from. But anyway, out-of-body experience. So let's talk about that. So out-of-body experience is when you can go into a trance state or a deeper level of consciousness, and you can see yourself leave your body and go to other places. Now, it's not like I see myself, like I look right now, walking out of my body. It could be for you. It's different for everybody. It's the same thing with mediumship. My mediumship is different than your mediumship. That's different than that person's mediumship. But it's the evidence that makes it right. So again, how you see yourself going out is different. Sometimes I can see my body. Sometimes I can only see a figure. Sometimes one of my guides steps out of me. So I even have the ability to push a guide out that other people can see with their naked eye. I have done that on now three or four occasions where I was able to push my guide forward. It was two at college, one here, and then I myself can push when I'm in trance state. I can send my voice, or I can send my voice miles away where other people can hear it. With most of my dreams, I wake up and they go. Yes, I can do that too. I can continue my dreams. That is possible, where you can wake up and then you can go back to sleep and pick up right where it left off. I have done that too. That could be some good medications though too, Stacy, because that could be that too. The only recurring dream I ever had was when I was a child. I dreamt multiple times that I was going down in an elevator that seemed like never-ending journey. There was windows on the walls in the elevator, and there were vines glowing on the walls. It was scary. So what I would do first with that, Nicole, is I would look at, why was I scared of that? What made you scared of those vines? There's something maybe in your childhood that happened that created that for you, and you've not been able to release it, and why you would have that repeated dream. I wonder what it meant, since it was only I've had more. So again, it could just be dealing with childhood fantasies. It could be about elevating or getting, or it could have a lot of meanings. And again, depending upon what was going on in your life at that time as a child, could also reflect that. I mean, I'll give you a crazy one I used to have when I was a kid. So I dreamt that I was standing on a mountain of crabs, live crabs, like a mountain of them. And then to get away from them clawing at me, I would dive off. Like, what was that about? Like, what was that about? I'm like, woke up like, why the hell I had that dream? So, again, you won't get those clear conscious dreams. You're able to find that peace and that love, So when you see yourself on the ceiling and you're looking down at your body, a lot of times that means you're trying to transition, or you're out of body. Could be either one of those. So back to out of body. So when you go if you sit in a trance state, or you sit in a calm state, and you're just trying to get yourself to go deeper and deeper into a sleep, you more or less see, when you go out of body, you don't see yourself going up. You usually see the best way is to move back, like start when you're sitting and go through your back and then go around, or go through, because right here is the center point, is the main point. I'm not going to, it's a silver cord. It has a lot of meaning. You can go look it up. I don't want to get into that deep of a discussion here tonight. That'll have to be for a class or another, because it's a whole thing about how all your souls are connected by this cord, and when that snaps, that's when you transition. Okay? But anyway, I'm not getting into that tonight. You're welcome, Nicole. I'm not going to get into that tonight. But what you're doing when you're in that trance state is you're seeing yourself step behind. And if you ever watch somebody in a trance class, you will see, I believe that, Stacy, you will see a lot of students doing this when they're chilling. trying to get up over the back of the chair while they're going down, and it's because it's their body trying to leave. They're getting so deep. Some people, when they first go into trance, they get very scared and they start hyperventilating. So you have to talk them back down and wake them up. But it's a journey. Have you seen a dream of a faceless man and woman? So I would look at some of your fears on that one. So I would, it seems that you're having some memory, what I call memory confusion, that creates dreams like mine with the mountain of crabs that I jumped off of and tried to commit suicide, but survived jumping off of a mountain. But anyway, so, you know, you have to go, what, you can think about what created that dream. For me, it was work, because we worked in a seafood business. So it wasn't uncommon for me to see a mountain of crabs. You know, and maybe I was just trying to tell myself I needed to get away from it, because I definitely did. I got away from that work as I got older. So that could have just been a premonition about that. You know, but I can tell you, but once you find peace and once you find love and once you've gotten away from your fears, that's when you will start having those dreams that will put you into your concurrent lives. So you can kind of see what's either ahead or, well, I don't want to say the word because that's time thing or movement, but something that's in another span that could be something that's coming or something that has happened or in another realm. So you have to look at it that way. And a lot of this is crazy talk, but let me tell you, I've seen it. One of the things when I went through, they called it past life, but now I call it concurrent life. So when they take you through concurrent life, they literally break, when you're in that hypnotic state, they break your body, they break you into a bunch of particles and they fly you in the air and they have you drop down into a time zone or a time or a date. And then you start seeing yourself from the feet up. And you're welcome, Mike Glenn. And as you start seeing yourself, you start to realize, and things will start happening around you, and you actually will, after you see yourself, there will be a period where you'll see what era you're in, who you were, and it always ends in your death. So if you're fearful of death, don't do any kind of regression or hypnosis that does it, because you're going to relive your death in that lifetime. So know that. Okay, so an example, when I went through, and she was a wonderful she was the best hypnotherapist for me, because she was one that got me to go way back, and her name was Victoria, and she lives in Baton Rouge now here. She's a nurse, but when she hypnotized me, I broke up apart. I dropped back into like old Rome times, and I was like in a cave working with students, teaching them how to read and write and all that stuff. And the soldiers found me and they killed me. They threw a sword through my body and killed me for teaching. And so that was something that I experienced through what they called back then past life regression, which I just call regression because it's concurrent lives. I truly believe that always happens to me. Yes, you're watching yourself in other situations. Yes, so you must be going into another. When you're dreaming, you're going into another era, another dimension of your life, somewhere else. Because I had to pay. One dream I had, I was paying rent, and like I dreamt paying rent. That's even before I was renting. It was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So there are different levels of dreams depending upon what's going on in your life, and so understanding that helps you through understanding your dreams, understanding those things. But again, out of body is completely different. Without a body, so when I first work with people without a body, I try to get you to vision yourself in your neighborhood and like going into that state and walking out the door and start noticing where the cars are and noticing where they're placed and what color they are. And then when you finish your session, you go outside and see if those cars are in that place and those colors, And granted, it might be common your neighbor has this car or that neighbor, but there's always going to be something in that street that's not always there. And if you pick that up, that means you were out of your body. I was so good at it at one point because I was practicing it a lot. When you practice, you do it better. That I was able to go to people's homes, and I could go into your home and tell you what you were wearing at that moment. I can tell you what you were doing at a certain time. I was able to do those things, but that's much practice, and that's when I was really into learning more about out of body. And I actually was able to do something in a house that let somebody know that it was me there, so it was validated. So that's really cool when you can validate those things. That's really cool when you can do that. One day I probably will do an out of body class for people, because it's a lot dealing with trance, and so it's like getting into that level of consciousness where you can move through yourself and then go out into the world and see what's out there. It is possible. It's a lot like remote viewing. So a remote viewing is kind of when you go into a state of mind and you without thinking, and the military definitely used this years ago, many years ago. That's what that movie, that goat movie was about with military. That was that project where they did this, and so they literally have people who it's a certain pattern that they do that helps them see things in other places, and like they could literally go to an area of land, and they can tell you where all the mines are. Or they could, like if there was like in wartime, or they can go someplace and they can tell you what happened by visiting. When I was taking my class, all you get is a flash of numbers, and those numbers it's like an envelope with numbers, and then you get so many seconds, and it's a routine thing where you get so many seconds to do so many things I literally drew like a circle, and I drew like waves doing this, and then at the bottom I drew like a box, and then the thing inside the envelope was, where was that girl? I think her name was Natalie something, who disappeared in the islands, and it was like, oh, she's in a box under the water, obviously, because that's what I drew. I mean, I had no idea what the question was, but it was just seeing those numbers and going into it. Was it Natalie Holloway? I don't remember her name, but anyway. That was something that when I was taking one of my classes, that was one of the things that was inside the envelope, and it was two of us in the class, and we had to draw. They get you in those seconds without thinking. They have you draw stuff, so it's your subconscious doing the drawing. The minute you think, you have to drop your pencil and count backwards from 10 and pick it up, and then the exercise takes about an hour and a half. Because you have to keep stopping and go, because you can't. The minute you start thinking, it stops. So it's pretty cool. That's remote viewing. I did do a class with that when I was working with some of my mediums to help them remote view and help them start to see things more clear and better. Very good, Delise. Yes, Delise was saying that she often has someone that someone's watching with her, and she sees herself in situations. So that is very possible. So you must have a lot of peace around you, because that's what it takes, is peace. So anyway, so that's a little bit about out of body. We talked a little bit about dreams. Okay, and we talked a little bit about trance. Now, trance work is getting down into that, almost to that theta level of consciousness. So that's when things start to happen in trance. So some people channel, and if somebody asks me, is there a difference between channeling and trance? Yes. So channeling is the movement of energy that you channel. You're channeling energy. Your movement of energy, that is channeling. Trance is a state of consciousness where that movement begins. So channeling and trance are not the same. And I'm going to say that until I am burned up in an urn somewhere, because I have so many people that try to say they're the same thing. They're not. Channeling is all about energy. Some people can channel and not even go into a deep state of trance. They can channel people from I have some guy that's really good. His name is Sion. He channels aliens, and channels people, things from other planets, and channels. And I have another guy who comes around named Michael who channels saints and things like that. And there's plenty, and there's a lot of healers that channel the healers like the Virgin Mother and Jesus and other healers that are known, spiritual healers. So so you can channel all kinds of energies. Okay, that's channeling. Trance is the level of consciousness you have to get to do those things. And trance means that the deeper you go, the more phenomena you will see. For those of you who want to learn trance, I highly recommend Scott Milligan. Follow him. He is phenomenal. He is online. He will get you down, but you're going to sit. So be prepared. But he will get you down. And he's gotten me down to states. It's only been two people, Glenn, who's deceased, and Scott, who have got me down to where I was able to push out my spirit guide where people could see them with their naked eyes. So that was really, really cool. And I did it once on my own with a group that I was doing mediumship with. But when I'm doing teaching mediumship, we do an exercise where it's we sit in the dark with a red light and we watch the energy change people's appearance and stuff. Well, when I go into that state of mind there doing that, sometimes my voice can travel miles away. People can hear me. That's happened more than once. That people were hearing me talk like 7 miles away, and they thought I was in a room that I wasn't in, but I was in trance when that was going on. So that was kind of wild. So, any questions about trance, dreams, or about out of body that I can talk to you about? I'm surprised. I should have texted my student to come on tonight, but work and things had me busy, so I didn't do it. It's because he would enjoy this conversation on out of body. So, let's see. No comments? Come on, folks. What time is it? Okay. Got more time. Waiting. Comments from a session from people out here in the world. Okay, nobody wants anything any more about trance, any more about the trance states. You had an out of body, so tell me, Tina, what happened with your out of body experience? Jamie's giving me all kind of love. I love you, though. I love you, Jamie, over here on TikTok. She says she's gonna need a hand massage. You got it, baby. I love my new job. It keeps me busy. Like my days fly by. Like I don't know where time goes. It's like I get to work at about 7:30 in the morning, and before you know it, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. I don't know where the whole day went. It's crazy. It's busy. I have 110 employees under me, so it's a lot. It is a lot. But I am enjoying the new job. I think we're going to make some big changes where I'm at, so I'm happy about that. You stopped yourself before you got to the ceiling fan. Well, that might have been a time when when you oxygen deprive yourself, those things can happen too. So know that, and I'm glad you were able to come back down from that, because sometimes I actually had an experience when I was a teenager where I actually saw myself. I think I was dying at that point when I sat in the power. I often hear voices coming from another room. That's good. That means that you have some phenomena going with the energy, so that's good. Glenda, I'm glad you like it. And thank you, Glenda and Tina. And I knew that my mother who passed was going to help me navigate life. Well, they always do. So understand that too. So people, when they lose their physical life, their consciousness exists, because energy is, now this is scientific, energy is neither destroyed or it's a constant. So when the physical shell goes, where does the energy go? Well, and another helpful tidbit with this is, think about in America, when I was young, we mourned death. We didn't talk about the dead. And so but now we celebrate life. So we're able to get closer to our, and that's why we're having so much new phenomena, because people are starting to celebrate that energy, celebrate it, show it love, and that's when you're able to keep it going. Okay. It could have been something else. I mean, I just know one time when I went above, it's because I was oxygen deprived, and I thought I was going to die. Because I could literally see myself and my friend were on the ceiling looking down at ourselves. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then I realized that there was, I think it was a gas leak we had in the house that was actually starting to knock us out. And then I'd open the windows and then jump it, throw my friend, to drag my friend and throw him in the shower. And then we were all right after that. That was a long time ago. But anyway, so those things can happen, definitely. If you want to practice it, always practice. I like to tell people, if it's out of body, don't lay in bed. Sit in a chair, sit in a comfortable chair, and allow yourself to breathe and go down in through your nose, out of your mouth, and allow yourself to go down and step through and allow things to happen and things to push through. What I will do one Wednesday, I'll have to bring it up here. I'm actually going home this weekend to do some shows. So again, if you're free Saturday night, Trini and I are doing a gallery at my house at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Tickets are on my website. You get a seat. There are plenty of seats because we're doing a lot of other shows that weekend. So there, and I cut the seats down because last time we had too many people in the bungalow. So I cut the seats down this time. So we got like 20, I think 25 versus 30 something seats. So now it's cut down enough so people can breathe. You might be reading me, Tina. You might have been reading me. Who knows? You have to trust what you get in mediumship. And I need to say that to you. Trust something I can't teach you. You have to believe in yourself and you have to trust what you get. And that's how it works. And that even goes with energy healing or any of the things that you do, is trusting that energy and trusting that you're there to heal someone, that you're there to help someone move forward with their life. That is the big thing. So tonight, before I go, I'm not doing readings, folks. But what I will do for you, I'm on strike this week because I miss my girlfriend. But she knows who she is. This is a little off topic, but when I had my awakening, I would meditate and see many faces of people from, that's possible. You were probably in a concurrent life. Show itself, fade away, no, would appear. So that's all possible. It could be just something somebody experienced in another dimension. But so I'll give you an example. We were in a trance class with Scott Milligan, and I think I've said this before online, but I'll say it again. We were in a trance class with Scott Milligan. See, I said it again, and he was talking about all the famous mediums, trance mediums, and he was talking about all the famous physical mediums, and he was calling them out one by one. And we were already in a trance state. We're in a pitch black room, and you literally could see, as he called out a name, that person stand up on the side, walk in like they're in the theater, and take a seat. And then he called the next one, come from the other side, and would walk in and take a seat next. And it was really wild. And it wasn't just. And so, in psychic work or trance work or mediumship work, if it's phenomenal, everybody has to see it, and everybody saw this. It was crazy. You could literally see images of people as he was calling out names. It was like, stand up, move over, and take a seat. They were like portrait images of people. Yes. So, and I'll tell you something else, Tina. Not Tina, Nicole. I'll tell you something else, baby. When I was at Arthur Findlay in Stansted, England, I was there with a friend, and she was looking at me saying, I think your mom's here. My shoulder's killing me. I don't know why. She's making me hurt. And I'm like, well, tell her to stop. And she goes, no, she wants you to say it. And she's like, it hurts. And I looked at her and I said, Mama, stop hurting my friend. And when I said that, my mom's face went over her face and looked like a black and white screen appeared. And my mom's face went over her face and disappeared. I was like, that was freaky. Then the pain went away. And my mom did that because she used to blame me for making her shoulder hurt because she said from whipping me so much, because I was such a bad little kid, that she had bursitis in her shoulders. She blamed me for that. So that can happen. So they can look like portraits or black and white figures or things. And sometimes when I'm reading people, I can see their loved one, and this doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen, where I can see the outline of their loved one's face on the wall next to them. Like that light shines so bright sometimes on that loved one that they will form on the wall. You know? So no, that's actually a true story, and that was witnessed because it was me and my friend who was having the pain, and a guy who traveled with us who saw my mother's face too go right over hers. And I was like, that was crazy. Because we were in like a very spiritual place when that took place. We were at Arthur Findlay in England, in Stansted, England, which is the medium. It is the Hogwarts of mediums. It is the place where every medium tries to get to go to in their lifetime, to go study with people from all over the world. So it's quite amazing. It is quite amazing. You know? So, all right, folks, I have got my symbology deck out. If you want a card, I will pull you one card. I'm not reading you. I'm talking about the card and what it means. And to help you with connection, what I want to do is have you guys figure out what it meant for you. Okay, where you at these days? I'm at Mississippi these days. I'm in the middle of Mississippi. That is where I'm at. My TikTok follower asked me, where am I at these days? Mississippi. I still have my house in Kenner, but I also have an apartment in Mississippi. So talk to you. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Right now, oh, she says, or you made the move. Yes, I made the move. I'm actually going to be moving back eventually. You want a card? Okay, that's Jamie. All right, Jamie, your card is the birthday cake. I want you to think about what that means. If you want, you can share that. I am looking at some of my house sales. I'm going to buy a house in Dallas because Magni commutes to Dallas for work. So we're going to get a house there, and I'm going to keep my apartment here in Mississippi, and I'll commute instead of him to Dallas versus New Orleans, which is going to be even harder to see him. So I think that's why the universe isn't selling the house like I'd like it to, selling the card. Yes, so Delise, your card is the bed, the made bed. Notice the bed is perfectly made. That means something. And Glenda, your card is the lion. So think about what that means to you. I have that for you. Oh. It will. It'll work out. We're going to be just fine. Would you do a card for me? Yes, I will, my vagal crystal healing. Here you go, Tammy. Tammy, you get the spiritual flute. Tammy got the spiritual flute. I think that's a pretty powerful card there, Tammy. Tammy got that one. So guys, too, if you're watching from Las Vegas, speaking while Tammy's here, I can put a plug in. I will be in Las Vegas the weekend of April 12th. It's that Friday and Saturday of that weekend that I'll be teaching a psychic awareness course. So we'll be working with people and working with their psychic abilities in that course. So if you want to join us in Vegas, reach out to Vegas Crystal Healings and see Tammy, and she will get you signed up in Las Vegas, and we go gambling after. But anyway. Okay, Glenda, I did you correct. So this is for Nicole. Nicole, you have the telephone. Somebody wants to talk to you, Nicole. Might be spiritual. And Christy wants one. Christy, you have the magic carpet, the rug. So figure out what that means for you. If you want to share it, you can share it. So Tammy says she's very excited that I'm coming there to Las Vegas. So if y'all want to come play in Las Vegas with me, go seek out Tammy at Vegas Crystal Healing. She has wonderful stones. You know, I closed my stone shop. So now I'm going to tell you, Tammy has a lot more stones than I had. Tammy's got warehouses full of stones. So go see Tammy. She's the special woman. She will definitely hook you up with some good stones. Sophia, my girl, I miss you, love. Got to get up there. Sophia, you got the window pane with the daylight and the tree outside. Looks very nice, very nice. I need to talk to you soon, Sophia. I miss you, baby. I miss you. And let's see. I have some stones in Colorado from the store in Metairie. Ah, well, very nice. Well, thank you, MJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that store is now closed. Well, it's open, but someone else has it. I sold it. I sold all of it. So, but Tammy had more stones than I had in that store in Metairie. Tammy has warehouses full of stones. So she probably has any stone you can think of. I know, Sophia, I miss you, my baby. We're gonna have to do lunch. I'm gonna have to just fly up and do lunch with you one day. Or find what city you're in and come fly and have lunch with you or something, because I miss you. Tammy's like, truth. She literally has. Oh, it'd be lovely to see you in Vegas, Sophia. Tammy does have, but I'm telling you, warehouses of stones. If she don't have it, nobody has it. And I love her because she goes to like the big stone shows and she goes and buys all these stones. And then she goes online immediately and starts giving you deals that you're not going to find anywhere else. So follow Tammy at Vegas Crystal Healings. If you're a stone person, she'll definitely hook you up. She definitely will hook you up. So anyway, and then this Trini's coming in tomorrow. Yeah, Trini comes in town tomorrow, and I think she's here through Tuesday the following week. And she's going to be doing sessions, a lot of private sessions, the things we're doing together. We have an event Friday night at 6. We have an event Saturday night at 6. Friday night is a private event. Saturday night is a gallery. We still have plenty of seats available. You can come to that. If it doesn't get real busy, we'll probably read everybody in the room, then go home. And Saturday during the day, we have a private group in Marrero that was trying to be built up. Hello, my slotty person, Miss Daphne. Hi, love. So she's with us, and she's learning. Because anybody else want a card? Come on. You want a card? See, I don't like it when I don't read for y'all. See, I noticed that. I don't mind pulling. Tonight I'm just pulling you a card. And guys, I'm going to tell you something too. I want to say this too. So this is me personally. So I don't do a lot of readings on lives just because there's so many people doing readings on lives that I think it devalues it. Then that's why you won't see me doing I'll do a few here and there, but you'll never see me doing a lot on social media. Just know that. I invite you to come to an event or create your own group. We can do groups online, all kind of stuff. Okay, Miss Tina, this is for you. You get the hand. The hand, Miss Tina got the hand. And Zeta, let's pull one for Zeta. Zeta, you got the old house. The old house. Old mansion, because it was more than a house, girl. It was a mansion. But anyway, what does that mean to you? If you were doing a reading, what would that mean for you? Oh, thank you, MJ. Yes, it is, because I think that social media has so many people on there doing things, and some of it is very good and ethical, and some of it is so far not. So I just I stay away from it. So I try, because I don't like to do a lot of readings on it, because then it gets to be I kind of start feeling like the other people who are doing them, and I've been doing this way too long. Y'all got to realize that I've been reading cards since I'm 13. So that's 51 years. Going on 52 years I have been reading cards. So that is a long time. Daphne wants one. You're welcome, Nicole. Daphne, you got the triangle. I have no idea, girl, but you think on it, and you could call me later and tell me about it. I do have to have a call with my Vegas healing friend Tammy, because I promised her I would look into something for her. It means that a handshake will be happening regarding a house. I hope so. Daphne, wish you were not that old. LOL. I've just been reading since I'm 13, and like I'm 65 this year, so it's a long time. Zeta, 3 points of infinity. Absolutely. I was going to tell Daphne she's going to have a menage a trois. Make her laugh. She's going to be in a love triangle. I'll call you after I speak to Tammy, Daphne. I do have to call Tammy. I promised my friend in Las Vegas that I would call her. So I owe her a phone call. I do need to make another announcement really quick. So while all of you are here, some of y'all got a message from Square from me this week. Please ignore it. So what happened, so starting after this weekend, I'm going to be holding my phone. So we want Stacy to heal some and get well. So I'm going to take the phone. She's doing much better, but she needs some healing time. And so I'm going to take the phone back this weekend, my phones, for my readings. There are seats to Gulfport, so I'm coming your way. Well, I'll be talking to Tammy and Daphne in the car because I'm going to Gulfport. So I can't stay on much longer because I have to go pick Magni up for 11 o'clock tonight at Gulfport. Magni, let me know when you get on the plane. I'm excited now. I am happy. Magni's coming home, y'all. He didn't have a seat on the plane. I was thinking he was going to have to... I wasn't going to see him till Saturday. Now I get to see him a couple days early. Y'all, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Thank you. So anyway, over this weekend, I'm picking up the phone from Stacy, so I'll be holding my own phone to help me because how busy I am. We have moved my appointments. All the appointments that my Google Meets appointment availability will be online, and you will book it directly online yourself. You will find a day that's open. You will go online. You will book that date. You will pay for that time, and then that your appointment will be set up, and I will send you a link within 6 hours of the reading, from the time you have paid for it to 6 hours before. It depends when I have the time. And Daphne, are you in Gulfport? You want to spend the night in Hattiesburg? No. Anyway, so so when we changed back to my calendar, I had 92 invoices that wasn't completed. And they went out to everybody. And it didn't mean that you owed me anything. All it was is we had to complete them. And so it sent you a text. So I had a lot of people asking me what happened. And so that's what happened. You don't owe me anything. It was something that you had either bought or whatever that never got completed into Square. And so when we reopened it again, we had to clear all those. So we tried to get back to as many people as we could to let them know what happened. Just don't worry, it's not a scam. It's not nobody trying to get any money. It's something that we did previous that wasn't just completed in the system. It was like 92 of them. So it was a lot. So I had a lot of people. What am I getting this for? I said, it's, and I didn't know it. At first, I didn't even know what it was. Then Magni explained what happened. And he took care of most of them. He's just so wonderful to me, folks. Can't live without him. Anyway, so I did wanted to get that out there. And Daphne, I gave you a card. Anybody else want a card? Now's the time. Oh, look at me with the hat on. Thank you there on TikTok. I got me a blue and white hat. Magni would have loved that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So Let me pull Tammy a card. She probably asked me. I didn't see it. Tammy, you got eyes. What does that mean? So anyway, I know, Stacy, it's been a very rough few months for you, and I got to give you some time to recoup. We can definitely revisit this. Flute and eyes, yes, ma'am. Flute and eyes, I like that. 11:09 arrival. Okay, so anyway, folks, I don't see anybody wants any more cards. And so we talked a lot tonight about trance, and we talked a little bit about out of body, and we talked about your dreams. I want to try to find some different topics to talk about. Please email me, text me if there's a topic that you really want to hear about. If you do want to talk more about, a lot of y'all, the best ones we had was when we were talking numbers, numerology. That seemed to be what most people really wanted to learn or hear about, is numerology. We can talk about psychic development. I can tell you how it works. I can teach you about the different tools of divination. Colors. We can talk about colors, how colors are all interrelated throughout the energetic world. So like if you see pink or red or green, or black, they all have a lot of the same meanings, whether it's a stone, a candle, a stone, a candle, or just the color, like the clothes you wear. So a lot of that is just basic. So I am going to say goodnight, because I have to get, because it's Gulfport is an hour from here. So I want to be able to be there on time, and I have to get ready. I'm just not going to do my magnesiums, rewash my clothes again. They're wet to dry in the wash tomorrow. But I will head towards to go get him. Magni, are you on the plane yet? Probably not, because it's only an hour. Well, I'm going to head that way since there are seats. So anyway, guys, good night. Send some love. Wish me well on the road, because I'm about to go drive an hour to go pick Magni up. Good night, everyone on TikTok. Thank you for the love you've shown me tonight. It's really, really appreciated. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight on Touching and Turning the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. The cruise is going to be wonderful. I'm getting ready to get on the road to go pick up. I made $1.89. Jill, are you still there? I made $1.89 on TikTok. That's the most I ever made. Jamie, I do owe you a massage. I love you, girl.